Hi, this is Akemi, and this is Akemi Kai Inner Beauty, and we create and improve our outer world by improving our inner world. I like to talk about law of assumption and inner work, and today I'm continuing talking about um, living in the end and feeling states. So, in my last video, I was talking about the difference between law of attraction and the law of assumption. And I'm continuing to talk about how to manifest using the law of assumption and what are some of the tools that are used. And so I'm talking about feeling states and living in the end. So living in the end is taking the thing that you're trying to manifest, the thing that you want, the desired outcome that you want, and using your imagination to imagine yourself already having that thing and feeling in your body what it feels like to already have that thing. And what would your life be like? And generating those feeling states in your body and kind of meditating on those and doing that as frequently as you can. And at the same time, changing your inner conversations. So your inner conversations is the self-talk that you're constantly having. And for a lot of us, when you start practicing this, you'll realize how much time you spend complaining. how much time you spend complaining about everything you don't like in your life, right? And what you're retraining yourself to do is to affirm what you want to be experiencing instead. So a lot of people want to, manifest like a relationship, okay? Like a relationship of some kind. Either a better relationship with the person that they're already in a relationship with, or maybe getting their ex back and like healing that and being able to work it out if they're feeling like, unfinished business and they don't want to move on and like meet someone new. And it can be all kinds of relationships, right? Like better relationships with your parents, better relationships with your siblings, better relationships with your boss at work, your coworkers, whatever, conflicts that you're having that you would like to not be having. Relationships are easy to talk about, so I'll just use that as an example. So let's say that I want to get married. Then I would imagine myself already married. What does that feel like? Like, what does it feel like? What is the feeling that I'm seeking? Because that's really what we're feeling. Like, that's what we're seeking. Like, the car, the job, the trip, the improved relationship. What we're really after is the feeling, right? We want to feel a certain way. We want to have a feeling. We want to feel more confident, more secure, more happy, more easeful. So you focus on what is the feeling that I would be having in my body when I accomplish that thing that I want, and then you generate that feeling state over and over, like frequently, like as a meditation, whenever it comes to your mind. Could be driving, commuting to work, whatever, going to bed at night, waking up in the morning. And also anytime that you find yourself complaining about what you don't like about what's going on right now. And then you start to change your inner conversations, and instead of complaining about what you don't like that's going on, you affirm what you want to experience. So if I'm having a conflict with my boss at work, instead of complaining all the time, my boss is such a jerk, he's so mean, I hate my job, I would start affirming for the thing I want. I'm so valued and appreciated at work. I love my job. I'm so well paid for what I do. I get paid to contribute what I'm good at. It feels easy to me. Money comes to me so easily. All I have to do is show up and be myself, and I get paid. I have great relationships with everybody that I do business with. This kind of thing, okay? So you just retrain yourself to start speaking positively about the things that you want to be experiencing, and you train yourself out of complaining and feeling bad all the time. It sounds easy, but it's not. It's not easy. It's not easy. That's why you have to binge watch these videos on YouTube. You can find people that you like to listen to and just watch their videos, the topics, that whatever's coming up for you in your life right now, watch that topic and just watch it on repeat and use it to help you to shift your mind as you're working on this stuff. And you will notice certain obstacles that everybody kind of has as they're trying to make the shift from one way of thinking about reality to this new way of thinking about reality. And instead of falling back into victim mode, which we will do at times, especially when we're triggered, you can get back up and shift your mindset again. It's a little bit like training yourself to meditate. I remember when I was in college, when I was 25, I became a Buddhist, and I started like meditating in earnest and teaching myself, like training myself. I went to many courses and read a lot of books and practiced a lot of hours, and it took a really long time. In the beginning, I would sit there and like my mind would wander off, and I'd be thinking about who knows what. I'd be totally gone, like not even present. And the practice was just to notice, oh my God, my mind has been wandering for like 20 minutes. What the heck, you know? But you just come back. And you just do it over and over again. Every time your mind would wander and you would finally become aware that you were wandering off, you just come back. Hello, back to the present. And you just train yourself like a donkey, like until you get better and your mind is trained, because your mind is kind of like, you know, unruly if you don't discipline yourself to be the one in control of it, right? It'll just control you. Your emotions will control you. Your mind will control you. That will generate negative thoughts. And whenever you get triggered, you'll spiral. And we all do it, okay? Even after like 25 years of practicing, I can still spiral. You know, it can still happen. You can still get triggered and spiral. But you get better and better and better at stepping out of it when you realize you're in it, or someone around you says, hey, you're spiraling. You know, you get better at being like, oh, right, I can drop this. Like, I don't have to keep going down this train to wherever I'm going, you know? I can I can have, you know, I can be back in control over what my mind is doing. And yeah, before I go off this topic, because there will be lots of little bite-sized topics for me to cover, and I'll try to do them in individual videos so that people can just go to that topic and that's the only thing I'm talking about instead of rambling. But one thing I want to leave you with before I sign off on this, because I'm talking about meditation and controlling your mind and things like that, is that just a last parting word to say about that is that be aware that your emotions are generated by your thoughts most of the time. Like in our cultures, we're kind of raised to think that, you know, like, again, that victim of things happening to you, like your emotions kind of come and they hit you and they knock you around and like you have no control of it, and then you're like kind of venting on everybody around you and misbehaving really with your emotions, right? Spiraling and picking fights with people because you're in a bad mood or whatever. We all do it, you know, no judgment. I do it too. Like, it's hard being human. Like, we have to train ourselves and be on it and be willing to apologize when we've messed up, you know? But becoming aware that, like, if you start thinking negative thoughts and you just keep those inner conversations going on that track, you will generate a lot of really negative emotions that you will make yourself very unhappy. Like if you're constantly focusing, like I was saying in the last video, if you're constantly focusing on gathering evidence to support a really negative view you have on someone in your life, whether it's a boss or a coworker or your husband or wife or your kids or your mother-in-law, or I mean, it can be anybody, right? Your neighbor who's bothering you. It can even be your self-image, right? Every morning when you look in the mirror, you're like, God, I hate how I look. I hate my nose, or I hate the way my hair does that thing, or I hate my fat arms, or you know what I mean? I mean, everybody picks something about themselves. You just keep on that, like as a practice. Like you're so, notice like how committed you are to these patterns of inner conversations and then looking for evidence to back up how real and true those things are. Law of assumption is a way of living where you retrain yourself to be very clear about what you would like to experience during your time here, because we all have a limited amount of time. I'm sorry if that's shocking to you or you think it doesn't apply to you, but it does. And when your time is up, like how you used your time here, the experiences you had, and the emotional states that you spent most of your time in is ultimately absolutely up to you. That may ruffle some feathers, but if you practice retraining what you're focusing on and what kinds of outcomes you're expecting to get, you can improve the quality of your life and your experiences and your moods. I'm not going to go into the whole, like, you know, what about depression and genetics and like taking pharmaceuticals to, you know, but I have ADHD. I'm like, I'm not going there, okay? It's your exploration. It's your life. At the end of it, you're going to be by yourself looking back on it. It's all up to you. So whatever you want to believe is up to you. And whatever you want to experience is up to you. And if you want to explore this, it's up to you. And if you don't, you can scroll, and that's up to you too. I am intending to produce content that will support other people in this community who love practicing this and to come up against certain like common obstacles and pitfalls and bumps in the road, and just want to, you know, get support and encouragement and maybe clarify some things along the way if you're a beginner and you're just starting. And other people can, you know, comment on your comments and things like that and share, I mean, what's worked for them. Yeah, so my intention with this channel is just to talk openly as a member of the Law of Assumption practicing community, and to talk about the aspects of Law of Assumption and some of the things that come up when you're trying to practice it, and like tips and tricks that you can try, things that work. And yeah, that's my mission statement. So I hope that you'll stick around and I'm looking forward to creating content and to seeing your comments below. And I wish you all the best in your week, and I'll see you in the next one.